my camera experimentation, I went into the hall on the Tuesday of the very first week and I used 3 different cameras. I was meant to use 4, but one was dead. So I used a Sony broadcast camera, a DSLR camera with 2 different lenses and a GoPro. And I filmed the same scene with all 3 cameras. So I sat 4 chairs like a car because I wanted to try the cameras in a confined space. I thought the DSLR would be my best option before filming because the camera quality is amazing and the Sony cameras are very, very big. But when I actually use the Sony camera, I realised that you can zoom and stuff and there's actually more space than you realise. I thought it'd be very in people's faces, but it's not. There was quite a lot of room. And I actually know how to use the Sony cameras, which is why that's a really good option for me. With the DSLR cameras, I loved the quality of it. I loved how you can change like the composition, the contrast, so for day and night and have it all look the same. But the lenses the college have are far too zoomed in. So when I tried it on people's faces, it was literally like a quarter of their eye. It wasn't something I could work with. So unless I was able to find a more zoomed out lens or a lens that I could actually zoom with, like a mechanical zoom, I wouldn't be able to use a DSLR, which would be really disappointing because the camera quality of them is so impeccable. The GoPro I was really excited to try, but I was quite disappointed with the outcome. I really didn't like the fact that I couldn't see what I was filming. I had no clue how close it was. I didn't know about the angles, and because it's only a tiny little box, you can't change like the composition, the contrast, and the camera quality. Considering it's so little, would probably be a lot worse than the DSLR and the Sony camera. And as I'm trying to make quite a professional looking film, I just don't think it would be the best option for me. It was fun to experiment with, but I just couldn't see what I was doing. I didn't know about my camera angles, I didn't know close-ups or anything. It wasn't the best option. Maybe for like really close-up scenes, but other than that, I wouldn't use it. I do wish I was able to try with the other camera, which is called like a DJI. I do wish I could have tried with that, and I wish I had done maybe a couple more shots because I'd done the same shot with the different cameras, but I wanted to potentially do different shots, like maybe long distance shots, tracking shots, and be able to see all the cameras of all the different shots. But as we just didn't have a lot of time, I wasn't able to get around with it because my other people in my class had to use the cameras as well. Which is why I only did that one shot. But I'm glad that was the shot I chose because I know I have a lot of scenes in the car and I know that would be where the issue would occur because it's quite a confined space. Another reason I wouldn't use the GoPro is especially for like long shots or tracking shots or anything like that. Like it's just nowhere near as good quality as the other cameras, especially when you're trying to film like dramatic shots. You just can't use it, and it's really hard to film things like trombone shots or anything with the GoPro, which is why I will be using the Sony camera for my piece unless I was able to find a better lens for a DSLR. However, the college doesn't have one, so that seems unlikely.